Your Majesty, King Larry III, is finally live for the first time in this channel history. We have a special Fast and Furious tournament featuring 30 cars competing in various obstacles or whatever. It's going to take a minute for everybody or whoever wants to watch this to join, so. And I need to get ready myself, so just sit back and relax and enjoy it. Just waiting for anybody who wants to come and party. Shinta didn't want to. Hello. Welcome to King Larry III's first live in channel history. Glad you could join us. Are we going to get anybody else? Who knows? Gonna find the best camera angle for today's event. Oh, I already got 7 people watching it. Great day. That was unexpected. I only been here 4 minutes and now I already got 7 people here. Seven people ready to see some racing action. We got 30 cars in this basket, split in groups of 4, going down this water slide, or just a slide. And this is the first out of 3 rounds. So, whoever is last one standing out of them 3 rounds will be considered the champion. Can't believe I already got 2 likes on it. in just 5 minutes. Great day. No wonder I'm doing so good for 55 subscribers. This says you're my top fan. The one that said some. Oh, I got an idea. I'll introduce you to the racers real quick, or what kind of cars that we have over here for this Fast and Furious tournament, featuring a little special guest here. Y'all remember the Toretto Charger from Fast and Furious 1? We're competing against the Brian O'Connor Paul Walker Supra. And to wrap up the Fast and Furious 1 is the Mazda RX-7. I don't have anything from the second movie, so I'll go on ahead and go to the third movie. Sean Boswell's Ford Mustang. And a Dodge Viper SRT10. Remember, if you pick the Chevy Chevelle, you can either go basic or premium. Basic and premium. Different shades of that colors, you know. Next up, you have this Army Green Camaro. A Lamborghini LP002. Next is the Nissan 350 370Z. The De Tomaso Pantera. Let's see what I have from number 5. Hold up, y'all. This might take a minute. Do I have anything else? Well, next is the Koenigsegg CCXR. Moving on, the Fast and Furious 6. You have the Aston Martin DB5. Oh, and yes, the Paul Walker Ford Escort. Hey there, GD Turtle. Glad you could join us. My number 2 fan, actually. Well, it says number 2 fan. Shinta Dewanti is my number 1 fan. I don't... Whatever that's supposed to be, but... Moving on to Fast and Furious 7. The Aston Martin DB5. Giving you the rundown of all the cars real quick. That's what I'm doing, if anybody is wondering. You have the 87 Chevy Caprice. The weirdest item in the Fast and Furious collection. The 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner. The Bentley Continental. Um, 8. We have the Land Rover Defender 110. That's a hardtop. And okay, moving on to number 9 is the Toyota GR Supra. And speaking of that, GD Turtle, my IRL friend, will be behind the wheel of this Toyota Supra, the one from Fast and Furious 1. Then at number 10, you have the Alfa Romeo Giulia Sprint GTA. That's also orange. Toyota FJ Cruiser, just another blacked out 4x4. DeLorean Alpha 5. The 66 Chevy Impala. The 66 Ford Fairline. The 67 El Camino. The McLaren Senna. Nice red McLaren there. The Astana Hotto. And can't remember the name of this off the top of my head, but it says Tony's car. Right there. And last but not least, the one and only Guinevere. So here's how it's going to go down. These 30 cars will split in groups of 4. Some of these will be split in groups of 3. Yes, that is a lot of cars, and I'm a car collector as well. I'll show you all that real quick. More in that there closet, more up there, more up here, and yes, I was eating Little Caesars just before I got here. But I'll go ahead and put all these back in the bag. Just give me just a moment. Okay. So in the first group, we'll have 4 cars, and in the groups of 4, some of them will be groups of 3, but whoever finishes in the top 2 in each race down this track here will move on to the next round. So first 4 cars are already starting off with the Toyota GR Supra, Guinevere, I'm actually not looking, to be honest. DeLorean Alpha 5. And last but not least, the Chevy Caprice. Need to find a good camera angle. Ugh. How about right here? So you could like put it right here so you could see who comes down to the finish line first. And I'll show you how let me show you how I release them real quick. Let's just say I have this Camaro versus this BMW. Giving you an example. I would line them up here, whichever lane I want. Then I use this thing as a gate. And this is what you'll see at the bottom of the hill. Well, that's only two cars, so both of them advance there, but you see where I'm going with that. Just first to ever win advances, or first to cross the line is the finisher, is the certified winner. Welcome, Coda Bear C. If I pronounced it right, I don't know if I did. Well, GD Turtle, you're lucky that it wasn't your Toyota Supra that's picked right now. It's going to be the other one that's racing right now from number 9. Okay. Just to recap, it's the GR Supra versus Guinevere versus the DeLorean Alpha 5 versus the Chevy Caprice. And y'all saw them finish down the hill. The DeLorean Alpha 5 as well as the Toyota GR Supra finished in the top 2. I'll put them over here so I know they'll advance to the next round. And then I'll put the losing cars over here. Okay. So, next 4. The Toyota FJ Cruiser. The 67 Mustang. The El Camino. And the Koenigsegg CCXR. And if it's going a little blackout, I'm sorry, I probably might have tilted the camera. Just excuse me. But here's how they lined up for this second race. Place them back over here. Give you a good look at the finish line. Remember, it's the Koenigsegg versus the El Camino versus the Mustang versus the FJ Cruiser. So after that, the top 2, second place is the El Camino, first place is none other than the Ford Mustang. These 2 will go right there, and the other 2 We'll go over here with the Caprice and Guinevere. Too bad Guinevere is not even in the next round. But we still have more cars to run. Okay, next four. Paul Walker Ford Escort. I love the blue. The Chevy Chevelle Basic Design. Will it take on the Premium? The Bentley Continental. Mixing them up real good here. The Aston Martin DB9. Here's how they look like lined up. I'll place the camera back over here. Oh! That was tight for second place. But second place goes to the Chevelle, and the win will go to the Aston Martin. The two losing cars, the Escort and the Bentley, go over here, and I put the winners right here. Moving on. Next four cars is the white Mazda RX-7, the one and only Toretto Dodge Charger, the premium Chevrolet Chevelle, as well as the Land Rover Defender. Here's how they look like lined up. This is a good group right here. Whoops. There we go. What a race. Oh, it's you, Omen. I had no idea it was you. Keep on changing your name several times. I can't even keep up with you. I'm not gonna lie right now. I couldn't help myself. The Toretto Charger for second, and the Chevelle for the victory. So both Chevelles will move on to the next round, with the premium actually taking the win. Two losing cars over here. That Mazda does look great. Okay. Next cars, who do we have? We almost got all read out for this one. The McLaren Senna versus the Ford Fairlane versus the Dodge Viper versus the De Tomaso Pantera. What up? Here's how they look like lined up. Almost all of these cars are red. That's funny. Red is my grandmother's favorite color. So, without further ado, ready, set, go. And the day Tommaso swings around everybody. And second place goes to the Ford Fairline. This is going to be a good race. This sure was a good race. That day Tommaso, right here, the black one, swung right around everybody. That was amazing. The winners are the ones on the left here, to be honest. Okay. These two beautiful red masterpieces, all over here. And probably because the reason why these beautiful ones keep losing is because they're rubber tire. So, let me give you an example. Like, rubber tires will sound like a real motor. Listen to this. That's what they sound like when they're a rubber tire. Like, they're much quieter. But to me, they sound like a real motor. Okay, next four cars. Wait. Yeah, next four. The Alfa Giulia versus the Chevy Camaro versus Tony's car versus the Aston Martin DB5. And the way I line them up is like first car, second car, third car, fourth car, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Just to let y'all know that. But here's how they look like lined up. Now this is probably the best looking group. Now these look good together. And yes, I am watching a movie while doing this too. While y'all are watching me and I'm watching the movie. How funny is that? Okay, there we go. After this race, we're going to be splitting into groups of 3. Now, that was the closest finish I've seen. It was Tony's car just barely over the Aston Martin DB5, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, that is an awesome movie. That's open season 2, by the way. But Tony's car, the winner, and the Aston Martin will move out over here, while I put the other 2 right over here. Okay, next 3. GD Turtle, you might want to keep your eyes open. Well, not this race, but last race. The Nissan 370 versus the Impala versus the Lamborghini LM, or what is this? LP002. Or LM, excuse me. And they're all rubber tires, so this could be a little quiet. So you may not be able to hear them very well when they fly down, but hold up, how about this? I had 5 lanes over here. They're all split down here in the middle. Hope y'all can see the finish line. Well, if I can see it, y'all can see it. Well, there we go. That's better. It looked like it was going to fall over. Who were the first 2 cars to come down to the finish line? Oh! The Lamborghini, the blackout 4x4. Second goes the Impala. Third place goes the Nissan. So, these 2 over here, and the Nissan will be placed right there. And last 3 cars for this round is the Plymouth Roadrunner versus GD Turtle's pick, the Toyota Supra, versus the Astana Hotto. I thought my Hot Wheels track was awesome. Your track is fire. Well, thanks. It's just a simple slide. It's not really anything, no loop-de-loops or nothing like that. I just try to keep it simple. I race all my cars down this track. But here's how they are lined up. Astana Hotto in the left, Supra in the middle, the Roadrunner on the right lane. GD Turtle, listen. Better make sure you keep your eyes open. This is your pick, the orange Toyota Supra from Fast and Furious 1, for crying out loud. So, keep your eyes peeled. Will it make it to the next round? Effortlessly goes the Toyota Supra for the victory, and somehow the Astana Hotto beats out the Roadrunner. Like, let me show you what was going on. Like, the Roadrunner just somehow tripped over here. He looked like this. And then the Astana Hotto was over here. And he came by, followed that Supra to the next round. That was crazy. My favorite car from Fast and Furious 7 eliminated from the tournament. So, the Toyota Supra had no effort. He put in no effort and still won. Dang, yep, that's exactly right. You could say that again. But this is a look at everybody who has made it to the second round. And I'm going to have the next round set up. The next round is going to be seeing how many of these cop cars can these Fast and Furious cars pass. Now the police have been called. They're now getting involved. So take me just 1 second to and get the police cruisers together and where I want them. So what I'm going to do here, if y'all are listening, I'm going to cut the track in half. And I'm going to stack these up. Make sure they're nice and neat. So this floor is where they can slip and spin and slide around at. I'll give you an example. Let's take Mario versus Luigi. Mario versus Luigi. Hey Luigi. Hi Mario. Hold up, I hold the camera better with my right hand. Luigi slammed Mario up into the wall there, but Luigi did win that one. But this entire open lane is going to be filled with police cruisers. So, how are these cars going to handle the police? Wait, how many do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 18. How am I going to do this? Okay. How about I put all these back in the basket? Thank you, Mario and Luigi, for being a demonstration for what we're doing. I'm gonna put all these back in the basket, split them in groups of 4 once again, race them down, and whoever are the first 2 farthest cars, this is not who crosses the line first, who goes the farthest with the police surrounded all over the place. And yes, they're going to be a good buttload. So, excuse me for 1 second as I get the police set up. Whoa. I might have some more somewhere, but I'm gonna just use all this. And just do this as if a toddler left it like that. Oh, I gotta put the cards in the basket real quick. Hold up. So, GD Turtle, if you're listening, you are so lucky right now. Your pick is in the next round. But grab 4 random ones out of here. And right off of the bat is the Toyota Supra taking on the Chevelle, the Aston Martin DB5, as well as the DeLorean Alpha 5. So here's how they're going to be lined up. Yeah, good thing you're not in lane 5 because that orange police car is right there. You're going to run right into the back of it. Put the camera right over here. Wait, hold on 1 second. Can y'all see the... Well, that's a good angle. Well, it's the best I can do. Mark, get set, go. Good grief. The Toyota Supra automatically eliminated. Dead last. And the Chevy Chevelle basic design made it all the way to the end with the Aston Martin finishing second up on his lid. There's the DeLorean over here. And GD Turtle. It may have speed, but it doesn't have strength. So, imagine leaving the police cruisers like this. That could give the rest of them a challenge, but I'm gonna just put them back to where they were. These two are going to be put over here, while the other two will go over there. Well, GD Turtle, you had a good run in round 1 at least. Next round. Next round is featuring the Impala, the De Tomaso, Fairline, and the Lambo. Well, it says Lambo on the package. You're not going to believe that this is a Lambo until you buy it. Or look it up on the internet, whatever you're doing. That last race was crazy. But how are they going to handle the second one? I gotta make sure the camera's set up the right way. Here we go. Where's my stick? Oh. Mark, set, go. Oh! That was a tough wreck right there. Caroline actually went on the carpet. And both the Impala and the De Tomaso made it to the end. De Tomaso facing the opposite direction. There goes the Lambo over here. Actually, it was so strong it took out a few police cruisers up and over. And the Fairline land right here on the carpet. Well, these guys at least had a good run. But winning goes to the 66 Impala. Second place goes to the De Tomaso. This race will feature the Mustang, the DB9, the other Aston Martin, the Premium Chevelle, and the Charger. The Premium Chevelle and the Charger are competing against each other again here. Here's how they look lined up. Yeah, we're good. Should be. Ready? What? Hold up. Don't go anywhere. Ready, set, go. Yo. Funny how that orange police car is not even doing anything. Here's how everybody's looking like. Charger is eliminated, and so is the Aston Martin. Second place goes to the Mustang. First place goes to that Chevelle all the way underneath the bookshelf. And my favorite car out of the franchise, the Charger. The most fearsome monster in Los Angeles, California, has been defeated. And nothing is sadder than locking the beast in the cage. Okay. So, Chevelle and Mustang, and both Chevelles made it again. Into round 3, which will be considered the final round. Here's a look at everybody so far. And the last 4 cars are the El Camino, the Toyota GR Supra, Tony's car, and the Astana Hotto. So both Fast and Furious Spy Racer cars are involved in this one. Oh, I get to flip the camera. Oh. I actually didn't realize till just now that you can do that. Let's see how this last group gets through this. Tony's car untouched. I think. Oh, that was the one of the SWATs that flew all the way up there. Hold on. Where are we? Oh. Tony's car, who I thought was untouched, was the winner. Yeah, he is the winner here. Toyota GR Supra on his lid, just like the Aston Martin from earlier. In second. You have the Astana Hotto in third, eliminated with the El Camino. So the cops catch all these guys over here. Cops will need a better luck next time chasing after these folks over here. Eight, 4, 2. Okay. So this is probably going to be the final round of the tournament. If you excuse me for 1 second, I'm going to go get the third round set up. We're going to reuse these tracks. Oh! Sorry, that was the launcher. If you're a real Fast and Furious fan, you may recognize what I'm doing. So, this will be a railroad crossing. This train that I made is actually made out of, well, Thomas characters. You can argue with me. My childhood hero is Thomas. No question about it. I was the biggest Thomas fan there was. There we go. So this is what we're going to do for round 3. We're recreating one of the best scenes, my personal favorite scene from Fast and Furious throughout its entire franchise. Quarter mile towards the train tracks, and before the train comes, they jump the railroad tracks. So, this is going to be the most epic round you have seen yet. The camera angle is going to be on the other side of the tracks. Man, going live sure can be tiring. Okay, the next first two cars, we're going to be in groups of two, is the Mustang and the De Tomaso. This is a two-way launcher. You're gonna come down the quarter mile. You probably saw this in a different video where the Mustang took on the two Chevelles. Hold on. Let me get a good angle for you all. There we go. De Tomaso upside down. The Mustang did it almost perfectly. In the losers pile, the De Tomaso will go there. Mustang is your winner. Moving on into the next round of this round. Since we're going to end it with this railroad crossing once and for all. Do you hear that? That could be the train coming. Yeah, but this is an Ultimate Garage Hot Wheels that I've had since I was roughly 8 years old. This is all Ford, by the way, so every car you're looking at is Ford. Like, I have other cars too, like Honda, Lotus, Ferrari, Lamborghini. That gold one to that orange one is McLaren, and the rest of them is all Porsche on that shelf. I am a big Dodge freak, so all Dodge from this van all the way to the wall is all Dodge. I do have a white Dodge Challenger, and excuse me, Mitsubishi over here. That's all Batman, and that's a Lego set I made, by the way. And this crate, as well as that bucket, is all Mario Kart. That's all. That's just a Lego storage that I put Legos in. These cases are full of cars, and up here it is Hot Wheels skates. That red and black side by side are Chrysler. You have skateboards, several shoes. I like collecting the shoes. And Cadillac, you have Cadillac here, Mazda, firefighters, all airplanes and helicopters, all motorcycles over here. That's the only other Bentley that I have besides that Fast and Furious. Hi, Windlifter. How are you, buddy? He don't talk much. Like, all throughout the surrounding this TV is all Chevrolet. Not these two. Those are clear speeders. From this police cruiser to that little blue car are BMWs. And rounding behind the TV is monster trucks. You have Pontiac over here. Where are these? These aren't Pontiac. These are maximum leeway cars. Hudson Hornets, Army / SWAT. You have Toy Story, Volkswagen, Mickey Mouse, Superman, Star Wars, Batman. I already said Batman. The Flash, like Spider-Man, all them other superheroes. Super Mario, Toyota, and a lot of work trucks over here. School buses. I have a school bus over here. I even have the plumber van from the Mario movie. Yes. That pile right there, mixed up, is NASCAR. All over here is my top-down truck stop. And I do have another, you see that little green tow truck back there? That's actually, there's actually a Aventador? I think that's Aventador. I could be wrong. Centenario. But here's what this nice green Lamborghini looks like. It goes well with that truck though. Like, that case is full of cars. These cases right here are all full of cars. Like, I'm probably the biggest car collector, at least for my age. Like, all construction vehicles are right here. You see the police cruisers? I made a mess with them. And I have more cars right over here. But they're all mixed up. Like, Teslas are in here. I have a Nissans, Mario Karts, Dodge. You know, I said it time and time again. Got a Challengers, Mustangs, all sorts of stuff in here. And over here, in this drawer, I have Formula, Nissan, Plymouth, Mercedes, Mercury, GMC, and other fantasy cars in here. Yeah. All storage stuff. And that's a Hot Wheels police station. I have a car carrier. Hi, Gabby. How are you? Gabby is, well, he's a good plane. Well respected firefighter. And other big trucks that I had since I was a little kid. And you've seen all my NASCAR collection at home. You've seen all these. That's a remote control Mario Kart. All down here is all RC cars, remote control cars. I have wind up cars like back here and up here. Yes, that is my dinner for the night. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have. But let's go and put an end to this. The next two will be the Toyota GR Supra taking on Tony's car. I really wanted to do like a diecast showcase. Well, there goes a diecast showcase for you. But I want to do a real one. I want to do one featuring every NASCAR car that I have. But we'll do that another time. Tony's car in the left lane, the Supra on the right lane. Both of them crashed out. But Tony's car did make it across the line, or over the crossing, before, the Supra did. Here's how they crashed out. Like, they use the word crash out when somebody gets overwhelmed in school these days. I don't know why. Man, I am just so out of breath, I'm not gonna lie. Yikes. I will be sleeping very well tonight. So the GR Supra eliminated Tony's car, advancing on with the Mustang. And you know the drill. GR Supra over here. Just let me fix this. There we go. Yep. Thomas is my childhood hero, without a doubt here. Next up is the Impala taking on the basic Chevelle. If y'all are having a good time, y'all know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment, share, blah, blah, blah. However y'all do it. Now that was the slowest race I've seen. Chevelle will still win it. On his lid. Like, look. Look at that. That was the slowest race I've ever seen. And the Chevelle won on its lid. The purple Impala had such a good run. The Chevelle goes over here. So that leaves with the premium Chevelle taking on the Aston Martin. Oop. Yep, you could say that again. I wonder what's going to happen this time. You hear that? That could be the train coming. That other time could have been a false alarm. Wow. Perfect run. Perfect run from the Aston Martin. Chevelle, just like the other one, is upside down. But this one didn't pull off the victory. That Chevelle was so good. So these are the next four that are still standing. The Chevelle goes over there. Mixing them up without even having my eyes open. So it will be the Chevy Chevelle taking on the Mustang. And then it will be Tony's car taking on the Aston Martin. Whichever wins in whichever group will take on each other in the finals. So that way we will put an end to this. And I will have some end of live announcements after all this. After all this is over. And by the way, Coda Bearsy has been my biggest competitor on here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna push these drawers back. I'll talk about it once we hit the end. Both of them make it with perfection, but the Mustang will take home that one. Wow, now that was a good drift. Chevelle, not so good. So what's left is Tony's car. They call it Tony's car on the bottom. And the Aston Martin. Ha ha ha. Yeah, you're probably laughing at me right now. Because I already won that competition. I won that bet a year ago. when I was still having like 15 subscribers when you had 19. And guess who won the bet? Me. Ha ha. Hold up. I've got an idea. This might be crazy, but I think it might just work. Hold on 1 second. Where? Hold on. So check this out. I'm actually live on TV. This is an internet TV, by the way. So you can see what I'm just doing just now. How funny is that? But, yeah. It's an internet TV. This is my bedroom from my grandmother's house. But I'll put the camera back over here. But how cool is that? That's an internet TV, a smart TV. Ha! Look at that. Yep, there you go. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. And I muted the TV so you wouldn't hear two of me. Just to let y'all know. But now it's time for Tony's car versus the Aston Martin. Oh, my fault. My fault. That was my fault. I'll show you why. My finger was in the middle of the track when the Aston Martin tried to take off, so I'm going to fix that. I'm going to switch lanes. And Aston Martin got turned around, and Tony's car made it across the railroad line. What is going on with you, Aston Martin? But, so, this is how it's going to go down. The last, we're going to do this, a best 2 out of 3. No, wait. Yeah. So, whichever of these two right here that you're looking at right now wins 2 races is going to be certified as the winner. We'll do 1 race, then we'll switch lanes. Like, switch lanes back and forth. How about I give you a different camera angle this time? This is the straightaway where they take off. Tony's car in the left lane, Mustang in the right lane. That was close, but it was the Mustang. Yes, it was the Mustang. Sorry, my TV live is still a few seconds back. But Mustang took the victory for the first race. So all he has to do now is just win 1 more. That's all you gotta do. Yes! The Mustang! He's done it! Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. The Ford Mustang Fastback from Tokyo Drift is your street racing king, the winner of your Fast and Furious tournament. I don't know what these people were doing to this Mustang in that movie, but how about that? Ford Mustang Fastback wins the Fast and Furious tournament. And just for comedy purposes, crying out loud, you will get to see a train go by. Now this is epic right here. First we do a normal drag race, then we try to escape the police, jumping railroad tracks. Wow, it's been quite a day for me. I'm not gonna lie. Well, because, 1, I actually learned how to roller skate. 2, my mom convinced me to try Chick-fil-A for the first time since I was 9 years old. I was with a friend of mine and their dad convinced me to try Chick-fil-A when I was just 9 years old. And, hold on. And if you're wondering where my hat went, I have no idea. Oh wait, it's right here. So, yeah. But I tried Chick-fil-A for the first time since I was 9, and still as bad as it was. And yes, I am a big embarrassment right now. Because, how'd that go? I haven't had any yet. Well, it's still as bad as I remember. And then I came over here and done this incredible live for YouTube to see. And the Ford Mustang, let me show you off again, is our Fast and Furious winner. This is our king, the fastest and most furious. We came a long way. 1 whole year of this channel. That's why I'm even here to begin with. 1 whole year since I've been on this channel, or since I joined YouTube. More right way to put it. But now, this has been one of my favorite moments of my channel. Really, my personal favorite moment. Y'all could and yes, which is crazy, honestly. Yeah, Coda Bercy has it right. My greatest competitor, well, I still won. By a mile. It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile, winning is winning. Remember that. Shout out to none other than the one and only Ian Dustuff. Don't know who he is? Go check him out. EIN, Ian Dustuff. He was formerly known as CW and the Blue Enderman, but he changed his YouTube channel name because his old name was a mouthful. Shout out to my mom for the most shares. Yes, my mom has shared out especially my Judge Judy voiceovers that I would sometimes do. You still won, but I mean it was worth a shot. Yeah, I wanted to shout out to Ian Dust Stuff because he is my top commenter on this channel. That's right. Ian Does Stuff is the top commenter right now on this channel. Will somebody else earn that title maybe in my 2-year anniversary? Who knows? But we came a long way. I was even involved in a Roblox Live with GD Turtle, who was here earlier. I don't know if he still is, though, but hi if you're still here. I was involved in one of his lives in Roblox. That would be one of the greatest adventures I've had in my life here on YouTube. Yeah, that was great fun. I was right in the middle of all of it. We were in Brookhaven, snooping at houses in the middle of town. And then I disappeared off for a few minutes and then I came back. Awesome. Well, yeah, it's awesome. I have done one piece of Roblox shenanigans, but you will get more Roblox from me. I will tell you that right now. Yep. You will get more Roblox, more Sonic Forces. Quick update on that. There is a new character called Extreme Gear Supersonic. And yes, I do have it. I have several different characters now. Especially, I'm getting a lot more Challenger characters. Excuse me one moment. But now I got a giant mess to clean up after all that excitement. God, I gotta get caught up, don't I? Well, there's only 21 episodes, so this is not a whole lot. And how GD Turtle does I had a conversation with him earlier this week thinking about doing my own show which I will be releasing the trailer very, very soon. As soon as probably next week or something like that. I don't know. Man. I need to get caught up on this mess right now. I'm not gonna lie. But it's been a real awesome journey over here. Like, thank you to YouTube for all of that you've done for not just me, but for all of us. Turtle, Bearsy, even Mr. Beast, for crying out loud. He's the king of YouTube. Like, he's pretty much inspired a lot of us, really. Like, we're all trying to get on that Mr. Beast level. So, who knows? Maybe it might take 1 year, it may take the next 15 years. Well, at that time, I'll be in my 30s then. But, well, just thank you, YouTube, for everything. Somebody in Judge Judy once said, thank God for YouTube. Thank God for YouTube. But this has been the most fun I've ever had on here. Thanks for everybody who at least saw me over here. Thanks for the likes, which is at 4 at this moment, 2 people watching it. But thank you for everything in order to get me this far. 55 subscribers, for crying out loud. Like, that is good. But we'll get better one day. This palace will grow bigger. So, this is your Majesty, King Larry III, and we'll see you next time for more spills and thrills. Y'all take care. Hold up.